I had been around horses my whole life, had horses, rode horses, showed horses. I was riding before I could walk. I did not know up until that point in 2017 that so many of the horses in the U.S. were being shipped to different countries and being slaughtered for horse meat. And I kept saying to myself, somebody should do something about this. And then I realized I am somebody. My name is Tessa Etzioni, and I am the founder and president of C.A.R.E for Horses Foundation. C.A.R.E stands for Compassion, Allegiance, Rehabilitation, and Education. So compassion for the situation that these horses come out of. A lot of them have really rough pasts. Allegiance stands for loyalty. Loyalty to them, our commitment to making sure that they are safe and loved, and that they have a forever home here at the sanctuary, if that's the best fit for them. Rehabilitation is taking them from the condition they come in, which is usually sick, malnourished, in need of vet care, in need of a farrier, in need of training to bring them to health. And then education, which is using the training methods and the horses and training demonstrations to educate the public on how to work through problem behaviors. I really wanted to help these horses specifically and ended up with a handful of them and wasn't quite sure where to go from there. And that's when I met Tom, who trains. So we came up with the idea of rehabilitating the horses that we had at a number that we could handle and using them to reduce the volume of at-risk horses that are being bounced around from person to person. We have a good facility. We're set up to handle them and get them here safely, and then we use our training method to rehabilitate them and how to work through challenges with their horses.
My approach to horse training is what I would call training with a liberty mindset. Liberty with horses, when you work at liberty, you're working untethered. You're not connected physically to them at all. Horse behavior, to me, when I see horses behave good or bad, it's simply a reflection of how they feel. And when you can understand that it's fear-based, your approach tends to be more empathetic and compassionate. So if you can change how they feel, then you can change how they behave. The goal is to instill confidence where confidence lacks. Every time I see a horse go from anxious to confident, that's the memorable moment.
Hope is a quarter horse mix, and she came from a kill pen in Texas, so she was in the slaughter pipeline. She was going to be horse meat.
But I was watching online and could see that her siblings were being rescued one by one over a couple of weeks, and she was the last one left. And I kept watching thinking that somebody would rescue her because she's beautiful, but very, very wild, and nobody did. So at the last minute, I had a barn full of horses already, but I could not let her ship. So I stepped in, and she was in pretty rough shape. She was dragging a halter and a lead rope. She had burrs in her mane. She had fly eggs on her legs.
Couldn't get within about 20, 30 feet of her without her seriously considering jumping out of whatever paddock you had her in.
Hope was full of fear and anxiety. As Tessa mentioned, she came with a halter and a lead rope on. My first session with her was just to be able to establish a connection where I could reach her and get that halter off so we knew she would never get hung up in that. And then work at liberty at building that connection. And so through the training techniques that I use, I think 2 sessions, we had the halter off and she was trusting me enough that I could reach her and pet her. And today, she's at the point where we can really advance that, and it's not just a matter of accepting my energy, but actually being drawn to me. And she will actually match my energy. So when I work with her and I walk, she'll walk with me. When I stop, she'll stop with me. But that's elementary. And the more advanced, when I walk, she walks with me. When I run, she runs with me.
She has turned out to be an absolutely lovely, sweet, kind mare. She just needed somebody to give her a chance. You start to see that fear melt away in them, and you start to see their confidence grow and their personality come out. and you see it when you're working with them in the arena. I also see it because I provide all the daily care. I see it when they're in the pasture with their herd mates. I mean, it transforms their interactions with people. It transforms their interactions with other horses when they start to build that confidence and trust. And every time that happens for me, it just reaffirms why we're doing what we're doing. We do offer one-on-one training, so if somebody has a horse that they are struggling with, an at-risk horse, or knows somebody that has a horse, they can come to us and we will work with the person and the horse to figure out, the root of the behaviors and how to keep everybody safe and improve the relationship between the owner and the horse. We also offer clinics, which are our training demonstrations, where we work with the foundation horses and invite people to come and watch us work through issues that we're having with the foundation horses and kind of how to solve those. Volunteers, of course, are always welcome. We have 16 horses currently, so feeding, cleaning, grooming, some training. People are welcome to come and watch and learn. Our mission of outreach and educating at the local level and even at the international level, so we can help more horses and more people and stop these horses from getting dumped to begin with. So we really would like to see if we can help people work through behaviors that they would otherwise decide are not solvable.